Hey guys, it's Kashif Nasir and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this, drop me a follow or hit the subscribe button. Okay, so recently I have been reading a book which is called How I Gain Freedom in an Unfree World by Harry Browne. The book is divided in two parts. In first part, the author talks about certain kind of traps people fall into that make them lose their freedom. And the second part, it talks about common strategies which can help you gain freedom and independence. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to tell you 7 common traps that make you lose your power and your freedom. Okay, so let's dive right in. Okay, so the first trap is called the identity trap. It has two parts. Number one, pretending to be something you're not. Assuming an identity that has been, given to you by society, by your parents, by your teacher, or by religion. As long as you pretend to be this person, as long as you adopt this identity, as long as you play this role, you can be free. The only way to be free is to be wholly, completely yourself. Okay? Now the second part of identity trap is assuming that other people will act as you do. Feel as you feel, believe as you believe. As long as you keep believing this, you won't be able to connect to other people. You won't be able to accept them for who they are. This was the identity trap. Okay, now the second trap is called the intellectual trap. The intellectual trap is intellectualizing your emotions. Believing that you shouldn't feel sad, you shouldn't feel bad, you shouldn't get angry, you shouldn't cry because it's not manly enough. As long as you keep intellectualizing your emotion, you won't feel happy. You won't be free. This is called the intellectual trap. The next trap we will talk about is called the emotional trap, which is the reverse of intellectual trap. In emotional trap, people believe that their feelings will always remain the same, that they won't change. A common example of emotional trap would be falling in love with somebody and marrying them in 6 months. 2 years later, you hate each other guts. Why? Because you believe those feelings will last forever. Okay, the emotional trap is not making decisions when you're emotional. Settling down a bit, coming down a bit. As long as you keep believing in the emotional trap, you won't be free. Okay, now the fourth trap is called the morality trap. And it is by far my favorite. Because everybody falls into it so easily. Morality trap is following a morality that has been created you by the church, by the mass, by your school, by the society in general. As long as you following this morality created by someone else, you can be free. Because why? Because that morality isn't based on your values, isn't based on what you want, it isn't based on your need. You're basically following somebody else's code. How can that make you happy? So you need to escape the morality trap. Okay, now the fifth trap is called the unselfishness trap, which actually comes from the morality trap. Unselfishness trap believes that you have to put other people's happiness before your own. Okay, this is very common. You don't have to do that. Let me give you an example. Everyone in life is selfish. Everybody is trying to get a person to marry whom they like. Everybody is trying to get a job that will make them more money so they can be happy. Everybody is selfish. Everybody is trying to be happy. So why shouldn't you be? Why should you put other people's happiness above your own? That's the unselfishness trap. Okay, now the sixth trap is called the group trap. I love this. I love it because it's very common. Group trap is believing that if we create a group, if we join forces, it would be easier for me to attain my goal. Okay? The inverse is true. We all have been there in college, in school, we create those groups, right? One guy does all the job and the rest of them are just, tagging along. You will achieve your goal faster if you just depend on your own, if you just motivate yourself, work alone. It will faster and easier for you instead of creating some group or joining one. And last, as the final trap is the government trap. Okay, now this is very common. People believe that the government wants the best from them, that they have to obey the laws. Government doesn't want the best for you, no. And you don't have to obey the laws if you don't want to. Okay, let me give an example of two governments. The Nazi government and the white African government. Those are evil, right? Government is just bunch of those crook folks that have hijacked the country. They're trying to just manipulate people for their own end. You don't have to obey the government. You don't have to obey the law. Just find a way to navigate them. Everybody does it. Okay, so these were the 7 common traps that we talked about. The book contains actually 14 traps. I will be telling you 7 of the traps in the next video. Thank you for watching this and thank you for your time.